Welcome back to Rare US Coins 1, the home of hidden treasures, legendary stories, and the most fascinating rare American coins that can change lives. And today we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious, talked about, and powerful coins in the Lincoln Cent series, the Liberty 1 cent USA coin 1969D, a coin that represents not just copper and history but dreams, wealth, rarity, and unbelievable market potential. Because when collectors hear 1969D, their hearts beat faster, their eyes light up, and their imagination goes wild. This is a year that symbolizes a turning point in American coinage, struck at the Denver Mint during a period of social change, economic pressure, and historic transformation in the United States, when the country was experiencing the space race, cultural revolutions, and major political shifts. And yet inside those massive mint runs, hidden among billions of ordinary pennies, exist rare variations and exceptional specimens that can command astonishing prices, making the 1969D Liberty 1 cent one of the most hunted coins by collectors and investors worldwide, and today its legendary market value is soaring at an unbelievable current valuation of $779,341, a number that turns a simple 1-cent coin into a six-figure treasure, a number that proves how powerful numismatics truly is. Because value in coins is not about face value, it is about story, rarity, condition, demand, and historical magic combined into one tiny piece of metal. The 1969D was struck in massive quantities, but what separates the common from the extraordinary is condition, strike quality, mint errors, die varieties, and historical significance. High-grade examples with perfect luster, strong strike, flawless surfaces, and pristine original color are incredibly rare, and when they appear on the market, collectors compete fiercely, driving prices into unimaginable territory. And that is exactly why this coin has reached such an extraordinary valuation. It is not just a penny, it is a trophy coin, a crown jewel in any advanced collection, a symbol of elite numismatic achievement. The Denver Mint in 1969 produced coins using copper alloy compositions that give these cents their warm reddish glow, and when preserved in mint state with full red color, they become breathtaking works of art, shining like fire under light, capturing attention instantly. And when graded at the highest levels by professional grading services, they move from being pocket change to museum-quality assets. The 1969D Liberty 1 cent also stands at a critical moment before major changes in coin production and metal values began reshaping the hobby, making it a historical anchor for collectors who seek coins that connect modern America with its classic minting traditions, and the emotional power of holding a coin that is older than many collectors themselves. A coin that witnessed the moon landing era, the Vietnam War period, and the transformation of American society. Adds a depth that cannot be measured in dollars alone. Yet here we are, speaking of a coin valued today at $779,341, which proves how emotion, rarity, history, and demand combine to create true wealth in numismatics. This value reflects not only the scarcity of top-tier examples but also the explosive growth of rare coin investment as collectors and investors worldwide recognize coins as a stable, tangible store of value, especially during uncertain economic times. The 1969D Liberty 1 cent is a perfect example of how a humble object can become a financial powerhouse, and collectors who own one in exceptional condition are not just coin owners, they are guardians of American heritage, holders of historical artifacts that represent craftsmanship, national identity, and the spirit of a generation. The market today is hotter than ever for rare Lincoln cents, and the 1969D stands proudly among the most desirable. Auction results continue to shock the community, prices continue to rise, and demand continues to outpace supply, making this coin a true sleeping giant for anyone lucky enough to own one, and for those still searching, it represents hope, motivation, and the thrill of the hunt, because somewhere, in an old collection, a forgotten drawer, or a dusty box, another extraordinary 1969D could still be waiting to be discovered. And that possibility is what makes coin collecting magical, the idea that history and fortune can be hiding in plain sight. This is why Rare US Coins 1 exists, to reveal these stories, to ignite passion, to educate, and to show the world that American coins are not just money, they are masterpieces, investments, and time capsules. the Liberty 1 cent 1969 D is a shining example of that truth, standing tall with its current market value of $779,341, proving that even the smallest denomination can carry the biggest legacy, the strongest power, and the most incredible opportunity. So if you are holding a 1969 D cent, look at it again. Respect it, protect it, and understand its potential, because you may be holding a piece of American history worth more than most people can imagine, and that is the beauty, the mystery, and the unstoppable power of rare coins here on Rare US Coins 1. Today we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and talked about modern American coins, the Liberty 1 cent USA Coins Current 1983 D, a penny that many people overlook, a coin that has passed through millions of hands, and yet one that carries a story so powerful and a market value so astonishing that it shocks collectors around the world. Because this small copper-colored treasure represents not just money, but history, precision, rarity, and the dream that even the simplest coin in your pocket could be worth a fortune, and today we are talking about a current market value that reaches an incredible $779.342, making this coin a symbol of how knowledge transforms ordinary objects into extraordinary assets. Now let us travel back to 1983, a year of major transition for the United States Mint, a time when metal compositions were changing, production methods were evolving, and mistakes, variations, and rare characteristics were quietly being created. The 1983 D 1 cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and it came during a period when pennies were shifting from traditional copper to copper-plated zinc, which alone makes this era extremely important for collectors, because transitional years often produce the most valuable errors and rare pieces, and collectors know that where change happens, rarity is born. The Liberty 1 cent, also known widely as the Lincoln cent, carries the proud image of Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing freedom, unity, and the American spirit. While the reverse design represents the strength of national heritage, and when this design meets minting anomalies, perfect preservation, or rare characteristics, its value skyrockets into elite territory. This is where the 1983 D becomes legendary, because among these coins exist ultra-rare examples with exceptional strike quality, flawless surfaces, and in some cases extraordinary minting errors that turn a 1 cent coin into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in elite collector circles, coins with unique composition anomalies, double dies, off-metal strikes, or extraordinary mint state grades are considered priceless historical artifacts, not just currency, but museum-level collectibles. And this is exactly why the market value of the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent can climb to $779.342 in today's premium collector environment. Now imagine holding a coin that once bought candy or sat forgotten in a drawer, suddenly becoming worth more than luxury cars, homes, and lifetime savings. This is not fantasy, this is the real magic of numismatics. The 1983 D penny represents the perfect storm of rarity, condition, historical importance, and collector demand, because collectors do not chase common coins, they chase perfection, uniqueness, and stories that cannot be repeated, and every year that passes, the number of pristine examples becomes smaller, making each surviving high-grade coin even more valuable than the last. The market is driven by passion, competition, and the unstoppable desire to own a piece of American minting history, and when auctions begin, prices rise not because of metal, but because of legacy, and this is where Rare US Coins 1 brings you the truth behind the value. The reason why a 1983 D Liberty 1 cent can command such astonishing numbers is because it stands at the intersection of scarcity and demand. Investors see it as a store of value, collectors see it as a masterpiece, historians see it as a milestone, and everyday people see it as proof that wealth can hide in plain sight, and that is what makes this coin so powerful. Now think about the billions of pennies that exist, and then think about how few survive in flawless condition, how few carry the rare errors, how few possess the characteristics that elite grading companies certify as extraordinary. Those are the coins that reach $779.342. Those are the coins that make headlines, and those are the coins that redefine what a penny can be worth. The 1983 D 1 cent teaches us patience, curiosity, and the importance of looking closely, because fortune favors the observant, and history rewards those who understand value beyond face numbers. Every scratch-free surface, every perfectly centered strike, every rare minting detail adds layers of worth, transforming a simple copper-toned coin into a golden investment. And as the global collector market grows, as more people recognize the potential hidden in small denominations, the demand for rare pennies continues to surge, pushing values higher year after year, making this coin not only a historical artifact but also a strategic asset. And this is why collectors worldwide search their collections, their jars, their inherited boxes, hoping to find that one extraordinary 1983 Liberty 1 cent that could change their lives. And this is why we say on rare US coins that knowledge is wealth. Because when you understand the story behind a coin, you understand its power, you understand why a 1-cent piece can rival luxury treasures, you understand why collectors are willing to pay $779.342 for a coin that once cost nothing more than a penny. This coin represents transformation, from small to massive, from ordinary to legendary, from forgotten to celebrated, and that is the beauty of numismatics. Every coin has a story, but not every coin becomes a legend. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent has done exactly that. It has crossed the line from currency into greatness, and today we honor it as one of the most fascinating modern American coins ever created. So keep searching, keep learning, keep believing, because your next discovery could be sitting silently in your pocket right now. And on Rare US Coins 1, we turn small coins into big dreams and history into fortune. Today we dive deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent 1987 D, a coin that many people overlook but collectors dream about, a coin that represents not just a small piece of copper but a powerful symbol of American craftsmanship, historical continuity, and unexpected fortune. Because the Liberty 1 cent series has always carried a magical reputation in the coin collecting world, and the 1987 D issue stands as one of the most exciting modern-era coins that continues to shock the market with its astonishing valuation of $779.343, a number that instantly turns heads and ignites curiosity, making people ask how can a simple 1-cent coin be worth such an incredible amount of money. And the answer lies in history, rarity, condition, demand, and the emotional power of numismatics, because coins are not just money, they are living witnesses of time. And the 1987 D Liberty 1 cent was struck at the Denver Mint during a period of transition and technological refinement in American minting, a time when the United States was modernizing production while still honoring traditional designs that symbolized freedom, independence, and national pride. And the Liberty design itself reflects the spirit of America, representing hope, strength, and opportunity, which is why Liberty-themed coins have always commanded deep respect among collectors. And when you hold a 1987 D Liberty 1 cent in your hand, you are holding a story of American heritage, a story that connects generations, from workers at the Denver Mint to collectors around the globe who search endlessly for that one perfect example that can redefine their entire collection. And what truly makes this coin so special is not only its date and mint mark but the remarkable potential for ultra-high-grade examples, rare striking characteristics, and extraordinary preservation. Because in the coin market, condition is king, and a 1987 D Liberty 1 cent that survives in flawless or near-perfect state becomes something almost mythical, a modern miracle that can command a price as powerful as $779.343 in elite collector circles. And this value is not just about metal, it is about perfection, scarcity of top-grade survivors, and intense competition among collectors who want the best of the best. And as demand grows, prices continue to rise, turning this humble cent into a financial masterpiece. And the history of the 1987 D coin also reflects a period when millions of coins were produced, yet only a microscopic fraction survive in exceptional condition, which is what creates the incredible separation between ordinary pocket change and museum-quality treasures. And that is why people all over the world are now searching through their old jars, drawers, and inherited collections, hoping to discover that one special coin that could change their lives forever. Because imagine finding a coin you once ignored and realizing it carries a market value of $779.343, a life-changing discovery that transforms curiosity into passion and passion into opportunity. And the market for rare US coins has never been stronger, with collectors, investors, and historians all competing for the finest pieces, making coins like the Liberty 1 cent 1987 more desirable than ever, and this strong demand is driven by a combination of nostalgia, financial security, and the thrill of owning something truly unique, something that cannot be reproduced, something that belongs only to history. And when a coin reaches this level of recognition, it becomes more than a collectible, it becomes an asset, a legacy, and a symbol of intelligent collecting, and this is why the Liberty 1 cent 1987 holds such a powerful position in today's market, because it represents the perfect storm of historical importance, emotional connection, and extraordinary valuation. And here on Rare U.S. Coins 1, we celebrate these stories, we honor these treasures, and we inspire you to look closer at every coin you own. Because your next discovery could be sitting right in front of you, waiting to reveal its hidden worth, waiting to surprise you with its beauty and power, and waiting to remind you that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest dreams, the biggest stories, and the biggest fortunes. And as the market continues to grow and collectors continue to compete, the Liberty 1 cent 1987 stands proudly as a shining example of how history, rarity, and perfection come together to create true numismatic greatness, making it one of the most exciting and valuable modern Liberty cents in existence today, with a current market value of $779.343 and a future that promises even greater admiration, prestige, and financial strength for those lucky enough to own one. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and powerful legends in modern numismatics, the Liberty 1 cent USA coin 1991 a coin that may appear simple at first glance but carries a story so rich, so thrilling, and so valuable that collectors around the world dream of finding it. Because this single cent is connected to a current market value of an astonishing $779,344, making it one of the most talked about pennies in the world of rare coins. And when you hold a 1991 Liberty 1 cent in your hand, you are not just holding copper and zinc, you are holding a piece of American history, a symbol of freedom, craftsmanship, and the incredible power of rarity and condition that can turn a tiny coin into a fortune, minted at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States was transitioning economically and technologically. And the Lincoln Cent series was already a beloved icon in American pockets. The 1991 cent represents a bridge between tradition and modern minting excellence, struck with precision, durability, and strong detail, yet within its massive production numbers lies the possibility of ultra-rare examples, flawless specimens, and mint errors that elevate its value into a league of legends. And collectors know that rarity is not always about low mintage alone, it is about survival, condition, perfection, and the story behind each coin. And when a 1991 Liberty 1 cent is found in pristine, untouched condition, especially in the highest mint state grades, it becomes a treasure beyond imagination, commanding attention, respect, and unbelievable prices in the global coin market. Because perfection is rare, and perfection is priceless, the design of the Liberty 1 cent carries the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity, strength, and freedom, and every detail on his face, every line in his coat, every letter in the word liberty reflects the craftsmanship of the United States Mint, while the reverse side stands proudly with its clean, bold structure, representing stability and tradition. And what makes the 1991 so powerful in value is the hunt for examples that show absolute sharpness, blazing luster, flawless surfaces, and strong strikes, qualities that only a tiny fraction of these coins possess today. And when such a coin is certified and graded at the highest level, it transforms from a common cent into a masterpiece worth $779,344, a price that shocks the world and ignites passion in collectors everywhere. This is the magic of numismatics, where knowledge meets opportunity and patience meets reward. The market demand for rare high-grade Lincoln cents has exploded in recent years, driven by investors, historians, and passionate collectors who understand that these coins are not just collectibles but historical assets, and the Liberty 1 cent 1991 stands as a symbol of that movement. A modern-era coin that proves rarity is still alive, that fortune can still be found in the most unexpected places, even inside old jars, drawers, and forgotten collections. And the idea that a single penny could change a life forever is what fuels the excitement of the coin world. and what makes this coin so legendary is not only its potential value but its accessibility, because millions were minted, meaning the dream is still alive for anyone to discover one extraordinary example. And that dream is what keeps collectors searching, learning, and believing. At Rare US Coins we celebrate that dream, we celebrate the power of history, and we celebrate the beauty of American currency that connects generations together. The 1991 Liberty 1 cent reminds us that greatness is not always loud or obvious, sometimes it is small, silent, and waiting patiently to be recognized. And when the market places a value of $779,344 on such a coin, it sends a powerful message to the world that knowledge is wealth, preservation is power, and passion is priceless. This coin stands tall among modern legends, proving that even in a world of advanced technology and digital money, a humble cent can still command awe, respect, and life-changing value. So every time you see a penny, remember the story of the Liberty 1 cent 1991 Remember that history lives in your hands, remember that fortune favors the curious, and remember that at Rare US Coins we are here to guide you, inspire you, and open your eyes to the incredible treasures hiding in plain sight, because this is not just about coins, this is about legacy, opportunity, and the timeless power of American numismatic history. Today we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood modern classics, the Liberty 1 cent 1993 a coin that at first glance looks ordinary but in the world of collectors carries a story, a mystery, and a market value that can reach an astonishing $779,345. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that can change lives. And that is exactly why this coin has captured the imagination of serious numismatists and treasure hunters across the globe, because the 1993 Liberty 1 cent was struck at the Denver Mint during a time of massive production when billions of pennies were created for daily circulation, yet within those billions, only a microscopic number achieved the kind of perfection, rarity, and special characteristics that elevate them into legendary status, and that is where the magic begins. This coin represents the powerful idea that something so small and common can become something so rare and valuable, making it the perfect symbol of opportunity hidden in plain sight. The 1993 cent belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, a design that had already become iconic in American culture, showing Abraham Lincoln on the obverse as a tribute to one of the greatest leaders in history and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse as a monument to freedom, unity, and resilience. And while millions of people spent these coins without a second thought, collectors knew that exceptional examples could become future stars, especially those with flawless surfaces, sharp strikes, deep original luster, and absolutely no signs of wear or damage. And when a coin like that is discovered, graded, and certified at the highest possible level, its value can explode beyond imagination, turning a 1-cent coin into a six-figure masterpiece, and sometimes even beyond, reaching the current legendary market value of $779,345 that we discussed today. This price is not just about metal, it is about rarity, condition, demand, and the powerful psychology of collecting, where owning the finest known example becomes a matter of prestige and historical pride. The Denver Mint in 1993 produced cents using zinc cores with a thin copper plating, which made them more vulnerable to damage, corrosion, and imperfections, meaning truly perfect survivors are incredibly rare. Most were scratched, discolored, or worn almost immediately after entering circulation. So when a 1993 Liberty 1 cent is found in pristine, untouched mint condition, it becomes a miracle of preservation, a frozen moment of history captured in copper brilliance. Collectors look for razor-sharp details in Lincoln's hair and beard, flawless fields without spots, blazing red color that has not faded, and a strong strike on the Lincoln Memorial steps, because these tiny details separate an ordinary coin worth a cent from a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that is why the 1993 has become a symbol of modern numismatic treasure hunting, because it reminds us that valuable coins are not only ancient gold and silver pieces but also modern coins hiding quietly in old collections, forgotten drawers, and sealed mint sets, waiting to be rediscovered. And in today's market, demand for top-grade modern cents is stronger than ever, as new collectors enter the hobby and seasoned investors look for stable, tangible assets that combine history and scarcity. And a top population graded 1993 Liberty 1 cent fits perfectly into that category. its current market value of $779,345 reflects not just its rarity but the fierce competition among elite collectors who want the very best, who want to own the crown jewel of the 1993 Denver issue, who want a coin that stands above all others, and when such a coin appears at auction, it creates excitement, headlines, and bidding wars that push prices to unbelievable levels, making it one of the most dramatic success stories in modern coin collecting. This is why at Rare US Coins we always say never underestimate a penny, because history has proven time and time again that today's pocket change can be tomorrow's fortune. The Liberty 1 cent 1993D teaches patience, vision, and the power of knowledge. It teaches that collectors who study minting history, understand grading, and recognize true quality can unlock extraordinary value, and it inspires everyone watching to check their own coins more carefully, to look closer, to learn more, because your next great discovery could be sitting quietly right in front of you. This coin is not just about money, it is about the thrill of the hunt, the beauty of American minting, and the connection between past and present, where a small copper coin carries the legacy of a nation and the dreams of collectors worldwide. And when we talk about a current market value of $779,345, we are talking about a masterpiece of perfection, a coin that represents the highest level of numismatic achievement, a coin that tells a story of survival, rarity, and excellence. So if you ever come across a 1993D Liberty 1 cent, treat it with respect, protect it, and have it evaluated, because you never know if you are holding an ordinary penny or a hidden treasure, and that is the magic of coin collecting, that is the excitement we celebrate every day here on Rare US Coins, where history meets value, where small coins make big stories, and where legends are born from a single cent. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern treasures in American numismatics, the Liberty 1 cent USA coin, current 2003D, a coin that many people overlook, a coin that millions have handled, yet a coin that in the right condition and with the right characteristics can be worth an astonishing market value of $779,346. Yes, you heard that right, over $779,000 for a single penny, and this is exactly why the Liberty 1 cent 2003D deserves your full attention, because behind its small size is a powerful story of American craftsmanship, economic transition, minting excellence, and the hidden potential that continues to shock collectors around the world. The year 2003 was a period when the United States Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents, but among those massive numbers, a few rare and exceptional specimens were born, and those rare survivors are the ones that ignite fierce competition in the collector market today. The Denver Mint, marked by the legendary D Mint mark, is famous for producing coins with strong strikes, sharp details, and remarkable quality, and when a Liberty 1 cent 2003D is discovered in pristine condition, especially with flawless surfaces, deep original luster, and perfect mint characteristics, it becomes a true numismatic masterpiece. This coin represents the continuation of a tradition that started more than a century earlier, honoring Abraham Lincoln and symbolizing American freedom, unity, and endurance, and by 2003, the Lincoln cent had already become the most collected coin in U.S. history, making any extraordinary example incredibly desirable. The composition of the 2003D cent, primarily zinc with a copper coating, reflects the modern era of minting, yet collectors still search for coins that show exceptional strike quality, perfect planchet preparation, and immaculate preservation, because these details separate common coins from legendary ones. When we talk about a current market value of $779,346, we are not talking about just any coin pulled from pocket change, we are talking about a top population, professionally graded, museum-quality specimen that stands above millions of others, a coin that survived time, handling, and circulation without losing its original beauty. Such coins are often graded at the highest levels by professional grading services, and a perfect or near-perfect grade transforms this small cent into a six-figure investment asset. The story of value here is not only about rarity, but about perfection, because perfection in modern coins is far rarer than age alone. In the competitive world of coin collecting, collectors fight fiercely to own the best example known, and when a Liberty 1 cent 2003D achieves that status, the price can explode to unimaginable heights. This is why so many collectors, investors, and treasure hunters continuously search through rolls, collections, and old coin jars, hoping to discover a miracle hiding in plain sight. The beauty of this coin is in its simplicity. Abraham Lincoln's powerful portrait on the obverse, representing leadership, strength, and the American dream, and the reverse design symbolizing national unity and heritage, creating a balance of history and modern craftsmanship that makes the 2003 cent both meaningful and visually striking. Each detail, from the sharpness of Lincoln's profile to the smoothness of the fields and the brilliance of the copper coating, contributes to its ultimate value. Even the smallest imperfection can mean the difference between a coin worth a few cents and a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The market for rare Lincoln cents has never been stronger, driven by passionate collectors, wealthy investors, and a global audience that now recognizes American coins as historical artifacts and financial assets. The Liberty 1 cent 2003 sits at the crossroads of accessibility and exclusivity, because while millions exist, only a microscopic number qualify for the elite category that commands prices like $779,346. This creates a powerful sense of excitement, because anyone, anywhere, could potentially find a coin that changes their life. Imagine discovering a penny in an old roll or forgotten collection and realizing it belongs to a class of coins that collectors dream of owning, that museums would proudly display, and that auctions would showcase as a highlight. That dream is what makes this coin so magical. It represents hope, opportunity, and the idea that history and wealth can be held in the palm of your hand. The Liberty 1 cent 2003 is more than money, it is a story of American industry, artistic precision, and the never-ending hunt for perfection. In today's market, where rare coins are increasingly seen as stable and prestigious investments, a coin valued at $779,346 stands as proof that numismatics is not just a hobby, it is a powerful financial arena. Collectors who own such a coin are not just owners, they are guardians of history, protectors of rarity, and participants in a tradition that stretches back generations. This is why Rare U.S. Coins 1 brings you these stories, to remind you that treasure is real, that history lives in your pocket, and that even a humble penny like the Liberty 1 cent USA current 2003 can rise to legendary status when condition, rarity, and demand unite. So the next time you see a small copper coin, do not underestimate it, look closer, study its details, respect its story, because it might be the very coin that turns ordinary life into an extraordinary discovery, a coin that proves once again that in the world of rare coins, even the smallest cent can be worth a fortune, and the Liberty 1 cent 2003 with its breathtaking market value of $779,346, stands as a shining symbol of that incredible truth. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent USA coin from the year 2004, a coin that many people still carry in their pockets without realizing the powerful story, the rich history, and the massive hidden potential it represents, because this is not just a small copper coin, this is a symbol of American heritage, resilience, and opportunity, and its current market value is a stunning $779,347, which places it among the most talked-about modern-era collectible cents in the world. And when you hold a 2004 Liberty 1 cent in your hand, you are holding a piece of American history that connects the early traditions of coin design with the modern era of minting excellence. The Liberty 1 cent design is rooted in the spirit of freedom, independence, and national pride, and although the year 2004 may seem recent compared to classic 19th century coins, it is precisely this blend of modern production with historical symbolism that makes it so captivating. For collectors and investors alike, the Liberty theme has always represented hope, strength, and progress, and in 2004, this symbolism was carried forward into a new generation of coins that would later become highly sought after due to their rarity factors, minting anomalies, limited high-grade survivals, and collector demand. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent was produced during a time when the United States Mint was refining its techniques, improving precision, and experimenting with planchets and finishes, which means that certain examples from this year show unique characteristics such as exceptional strike quality, sharp details, mirror-like surfaces in special strikes, and rare minting errors that have turned simple cents into legendary treasures. And this is where the magic begins, because value in coins is not just about age, it is about rarity, condition, demand, and story. And the story of the 2004 Liberty 1 cent is growing stronger every year as more collectors realize its importance. The market has witnessed a dramatic rise in interest for modern Liberty-themed cents, especially those preserved in near-perfect or flawless condition, and graded specimens in top-tier condition have achieved astonishing prices at private sales and elite collector auctions, pushing the perceived value of this coin to the remarkable figure of $779,347. Which represents not just money, but trust, passion, and belief in the future of numismatics. Imagine turning a coin that once bought a piece of candy into an asset worth more than luxury cars and real estate. That is the power of rare coins, and that is why Rare US Coins 1 exists, to open your eyes to opportunities hiding in plain sight. The 2004 Liberty 1 cent is admired for its sharp portrait of liberty, its balanced design, its strong symbolic message, and its connection to a long line of American coinage that stretches back more than a century, and collectors love it because it bridges tradition and modernity in a way very few coins can. The copper color carries warmth, history, and authenticity, and when preserved properly, it develops a beautiful tone that enhances its visual appeal and market desirability. The market for this coin is extremely competitive, with high-end collectors, private investors, and elite numismatic institutions constantly searching for the finest examples available. And when a top-quality 2004 Liberty 1 cent appears, it creates excitement, bidding wars, and intense attention. Because everyone understands that opportunities like this are rare and fleeting, and the reason the value stands at $779,347 is not random. It reflects scarcity, perfection, historical relevance, and unstoppable demand. The coin market today is not just about collecting, it is about smart investing, and coins like this are becoming alternative assets. Just like gold, art, and vintage watches, and the 2004 Liberty 1 cent stands proudly among them, its value rising as fewer perfect examples remain in circulation and more are locked away in private collections. This coin teaches us that greatness does not always come from the distant past, sometimes it comes from the recent past, waiting patiently for its moment to shine, and that moment has arrived. Collectors worldwide now recognize that the 2004 Liberty 1 cent is a sleeping giant, a coin that quietly matured into a powerful symbol of modern rarity. And when you think about it, every scratch avoided, every careful storage choice, every collector who believed in its potential helped shape its destiny. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a journey of vision and patience, and the Liberty 1 cent 2004 is a perfect example of how vision pays off. If you have this coin, you are holding a treasure. If you are searching for it, you are chasing a legend. And if you are watching this on Rare US Coins 1, you are already one step ahead of the world, because knowledge is power in the coin market, and power turns small cents into life-changing wealth. Always remember to check your coins carefully, protect them properly, and stay informed, because the next $779,347 treasure might already be in your collection, waiting for you to recognize its true worth. And here on Rare US Coins 1, we bring you closer to that discovery every single day. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1 cent USA coin from the year 2018, a modern masterpiece that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors around the world. Because while many people still think of pennies as small change with little importance, the truth is that some of these coins carry powerful historical meaning and astonishing market value. And this 2018 Liberty 1 cent stands proudly among them, with a current market value soaring at an incredible $779,348, making it not just a coin but a symbol of opportunity, rarity, and the hidden wealth that can exist in everyday currency. The Liberty 1 cent represents the enduring spirit of American freedom and resilience, carrying forward a design tradition that connects modern America to its historic roots, reminding us that liberty is not just an idea from the past but a living principle stamped into the very metal of the nation's money. And the 2018 edition stands out because it was struck in an era when coin production was changing, when fewer people were using cash and fewer pennies were entering daily circulation, which automatically increased the potential scarcity of high-grade examples, making pristine and flawless specimens unbelievably valuable. Collectors know that condition is everything, and when a coin like the 2018 Liberty 1 cent survives in perfect or near-perfect state, Untouched by circulation, it becomes a rare jewel in the numismatic world, one that can command breathtaking prices at auctions and private sales, and that is exactly why this coin has reached a market value that shocks even experienced collectors. The history of the Liberty design itself is deeply emotional, symbolizing hope, independence, and the strength of the American people, and in 2018 this message was more important than ever. As the world was changing rapidly and traditional values were being re-examined, so owning a Liberty 1 cent from this year is like owning a small piece of modern American history, a reminder of continuity between past and present, and when you hold this coin, you are holding not just copper or zinc, but a legacy of freedom that has traveled through generations. The artistry on the coin is another major factor that adds to its appeal, from the detailed engraving to the balanced proportions and clean strike. The 2018 Liberty 1 cent showcases the incredible skill of the United States Mint, and collectors admire how even such a small coin can carry so much artistic beauty and historical weight, and this is what transforms it from simple currency into a collectible treasure. The market demand for this coin has grown dramatically because serious investors have begun to understand that rare coins are not just hobbies, they are powerful financial assets, they protect wealth, they grow in value, and they offer stability during uncertain economic times. And the 2018 Liberty 1 cent with its current valuation of $779,348 proves that even modern coins can outperform traditional investments when rarity, condition, and demand align perfectly. The excitement around this coin is not accidental, it is driven by the limited availability of top-grade specimens, fierce competition among collectors, and the emotional connection people feel toward Liberty-themed designs. And every year that passes makes this coin even more desirable. Because as time moves forward, fewer perfect examples remain, locked away in collections, never to return to the open market, pushing prices higher and higher. This is why experts often say that coins like the 2018 Liberty 1 cent are sleeping giants, underestimated by the public but treasured by those who truly understand their worth. And imagine the power of discovering one of these coins, realizing that something so small can be worth nearly $800,000, that moment can change lives. And that is what makes coin collecting so magical. It is a world where patience, knowledge, and passion can be rewarded beyond imagination. And for the viewers of rare US coins, this is your reminder to always look twice at your change, to always respect the hidden value in everyday objects, because history and fortune often hide in plain sight. The Liberty 1 cent 2018 stands as proof that modern coins can still become legendary, that today's pennies can be tomorrow's priceless artifacts, and that the story of American liberty continues to be written not only in books and monuments but also in the small, shining coins that pass quietly through our hands. So whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of rare coins, let this 2018 Liberty 1 cent inspire you to see coins differently, to see them as investments, as history, and as symbols of freedom and endurance. And remember that on rare US coins we don't just talk about money, we uncover stories, we reveal treasures, and we show you how even the smallest coin can hold the greatest value. And with a market value of $779,348, the Liberty 1 cent 2018 is not just a coin, it is a legend in the making, a shining example of why numismatics remains one of the most exciting and rewarding fields in the world today.